Okay.
Hi, I'm Justin Phillimore. I'm one of the directors of Charles Wells. We are sponsors of Bedfringe, and we got involved because I'm involved in the Place Theatre as one of the trustees of the Place, which is one of the venues for Bedfringe. And of course, that goes with an automatic mugging in that my fellow trustees go, right, where's the sponsorship? But in fact, we're very pleased to be able to sponsor the Fringe, which is now becoming such a huge event on the kind of comedic calendar. We sponsor it with our local beer, Eagle, as I'm sure you all know, which is the beer of Bedford, and we don't really sell it much outside of Bedfordshire because it is our iconic Bedford brand, and I hope you will continue to enjoy it.
Lovely. Just something, I mean, how important do you think it is, do you feel it is to have an event like the Bedfringe going on in the town?
Well, the Bedford is not known for its kind of artistic endeavours, which, as I say, from being a trustee on the place, getting people to come to theatre is not straightforward, and it's not easy. And we put a lot of work into building our audience there. And with London so easily accessible and fantastic theatre in London, to a certain extent it's no surprise. But there's a lot of talent in Bedford, and there's a lot of people who would prefer to come to Bedford to see shows than to go to London. And I think the Fringe is a fantastic opportunity for people to actually see that stuff can be done locally, and also to kind of showcase our local talent, as well as, you know, for people to understand and see that they can come to venues such as the Place or the Corn Exchange, etc., to see stuff that is just as good in London at, you know, a fraction of the price.
Excellent. So, how do you see Charles Wells' sort of involvement with Bedfringe developing in the future?
Well, I mean, we've seen the fantastic growth this year, and I think as the Fringe grows, we will become, you know, would love to stay involved in supporting it, and you know, as part of our involvement in the community. We want to be involved in those kind of events, and, you know, are really pleased to, you know, have been able to participate so far. And I think, you know, there's a great future for the Fringe, as being the kind of pre-Edinburgh warm-up, with hopefully increasingly maybe attracting people from London up to Bedford to see showcased fantastic comedic talent, which will then go on a little further north and slightly less accessible from London. So I think, you know, it can only grow.
Lovely. Now, in terms of your sort, I mean, you do so much. Charles Wells does so much within the community. What is the most unusual thing you've actually supported so far?
In terms of unusual thing we supported so far, I'm just trying to think. That's a tricky one. I guess being a staid brewer, we don't tend to support hugely wacky stuff. But you know, the Fringe is it's an unusual thing for us to support. Actually, I mean, we sponsor the River Festival. We're very involved with Keach. But in terms of wacky stuff, it's not great for Fringe and comedy, but we haven't really done too much that's really very wacky.
Apart from Bombardier.
Yes, well, that's true. So, which is, yes, slightly on a less local level, but yes, we have got, oh God, I can't remember his name.
Ricky.
Rick Mail, sorry, I signed his contract. Yeah, we've got Rick Mail, as I'm sure many people will have seen, as our Bombardier in moment on Dave on a regular basis, and he represents the kind of slightly caddish flashman style Englishman that, and Bombardier is the beer of England, and we wanted something slightly irreverent because beer is something that, whilst we take it very seriously, it's something that is part of good times, enjoyment, laughter, fun, and so shouldn't be a terribly earnest kind of thing. So and he's done a great job for us in certainly lightening the mood somewhat, and that's a national campaign which is really helping drive our brand on a national basis, and we've got a sponsorship for a year, and the way it's going at the moment, that may well continue for some time, with lots of new material hopefully coming down the pipe.
Lovely. And finally, what do Charles Wells have anything coming up that we should all be paying attention to or looking out for?
Well, in terms of they are kind of seasonal ales, it's something we are trying to keep going. So as we go into, finally summer has arrived. So we've got some nice light golden ales. Young's Gold, for instance, is something that everybody should be trying. But then as we go into kind of the winter, our winter warmer is not one to miss, and we'll be bringing out lots of other ones to help ease ourselves back into probably a wet and cold winter. So the perfect place is going to be the pub, isn't it?
Lovely. Thank you ever so much.
It's been a pleasure.